Talk to us about this camp, man, how you're feeling and how things been coming into this one.
I feel great. I was coming off the injury. I was already in great shape when when the injury happened. So then it was an inconvenience to get the broken thumb. So I had the cast on, and I just carried on from there. So within 2 weeks, I was back in the same shape I was prior to the injury. So I feel good. I feel very good for this fight.
Is it bittersweet walking back into this building because you won the title here, but you also lost the title here, right? Do you think about things like that, or is it all a blur at this point?
Mate, it's just like I say before. A cage is a cage, a fight is a fight. It doesn't make no difference where it is. I'm not one of them superstitious people who's going to this. It doesn't make a blind bit of difference to me. A fight is a fight.
Obviously, getting back on track has got to be at the forefront of your mind. Can you talk a little bit about that process and needing to rebound from a loss, because you only had to do that one other time in your career, and obviously you were able to do that the last time you needed to rebound?
Yes, the mindset is right. Everything is right. The body feels good. The mistakes that I had have been fixed. Everything is. I'm going in there, and I'm going back for my title. So this is one more fight to run towards it.
Can you pinpoint what maybe those mistakes were, or is that?
I think you know. So I think you know what the mistakes were. It was wrestling takedown defense. I was ignorant to the fact of wrestling. I'd always do so well off my back, and then I had such a long layoff that they understood that you can't give me no space. So now I had to revamp the game and change it around and just do things differently. And I believe I have done, and I believe I've done the necessary things to do that. I've got a great coach. I've got great teammates. I've got awesome people around me. So I've had good help.
What were your thoughts when they called you with this opponent? I mean, did you know much about him? I mean, obviously he's a relative newcomer here at Bellator.
I believe he beat that Philippe Lins in the first round, and as soon as that happened, I don't even know when it was or where I was when that happened, and then things were coming up like Liam should fight this guy. So obviously I checked him out, and he's an interesting character, He likes to fight. He's young, and yeah. So I guess about it.
Young and hungry kind of opponent. I mean, does that? You remember being young and hungry like that?
What are you talking about? Still I'm young and hungry,
You're 35, right?
Yeah, that's just a number.
Completely young. You're young to me.
I've only been doing this game. I've been in this game five years. So it's not a case of like I'm old in the sport. I've had injury after injury after injury. I've had the ones earlier on. It's been a roller coaster of a career. The first injury kept me out for a long time. This one kept me out for a few weeks. I don't like to pull out of fights, and unfortunately I had to pull out of that fight. So it's. So yeah, it was just got to start again, and I've had long enough in a fight camp now, as I believe. So, although the plastic cast stopped me from doing a great deal, but yeah, I'm as hungry as I was when I first got into this game.
We talked before we started rolling the cameras about your height, and you'll have pretty significant height advantage against him on Friday night. You feel like that will play a factor?
Yes, I mean it will play a factor. But of course I've got to be wary of that big right hand of his, and then a shorter guy can always land that overhand right. So I'll be doing the necessary things which I need to do to stop that and fight my game.
Obviously it's a kind of a one step at a time process to get back into a title picture, but the belt in your division is kind of maybe on hold while this tournament goes on.
I've said this many times now, that it's on hold, right, and it couldn't work out better for me, because at the end of the day, yes, I have got to do some catching up to do, and then while it's on hold, it's going to allow me the time to do and have the fights that I need to have to put me back into place. And once he's had his fight and when he's ready to come back, that's if he's, yeah. I mean, I don't understand how if he wins the title or loses. I don't. If he's still the light heavyweight champion or what, right? But at the end of the day, this is going to allow me to concentrate on what I have to do, and I don't really give a fuck about what they're doing. I got my mind set on what I'm doing.
No matter what, you want to make sure you're in that log jam, if there is a log jam, to be the guy that fights for it.
Exactly, you know, it's there's a few fights where I can have. There's a few fights, and none of these boys are fighting either. So it's I can fit in and do what I need to do when I need to do it.
You've got obviously a lot of quick finishes on your resume. Is that what we can expect that you want to happen on?
I've always said, man, a fight will last as long as it needs to. You know, I don't. I'll continue fighting that fight 3 rounds, 5 rounds if I need to. You know, just so happened that I caught these guys with a punch. I caught these guys with a submission. Like I said, this is MMA. You know, it's. I don't want to go in there. I got my game plan, but I don't want to go in there and try and rush this game plan because it's that rushing things. It's mistakes happen. You know, I'm not. I've made a couple of mistakes already, and I don't intend on making a third.